everyone. I'm going live. Oh geez. I thought that would help. I'm sorry, I don't know why I have a foggy screen. I had thought maybe the camera's dirty. I do not know. It could be the Perps. So we'll just run with it. I apologize for that. Once I started going live actually on camera. Now this is happening. So that's making it worse. So I'm not sure. I might have to play with this a little later. So this morning, it's not really a frog, it's a toad. And if you are following along with me documenting what's actually happening, the harassment, the intimidating tactics by the neighbors, this is R and A over here. Depends on where I sit in my house to make these videos. R and A are over here on this side of me, the Three's Company. And there is a new neighbor who is living over here. Now, maybe that's my red truck monster from Stephen City driving through, passing through the West Virginia area this evening. It is 8:02 p.m. and it is October the 10th, 2025. And you should, just like me, give yourself a little pat on the back if you have made it this far in this terribly sinister game. What we call Earth, we call the United States. This is a pretty sick, twisted thing right now. Anyway, the more you know, the worse this gets. Okay. I often wonder if there are some pretty good gang stalked people out here who are speaking up, but you often wonder how much, like, where does their knowledge stop? They might be very well articulated, which I apologize for my lack thereof lately. I did hear Elliot in the morning, the Christian that he is, blasting something about put her in the Dutch oven. But somebody, what a terrible thing for a radio host to say, because a lot of my targeting started by listening to the radio. I had heard it on the radio. I had heard stuff on the radio. Yeah. I'm not going to dive into that right now because today has been a really triggering day. Yesterday's been a really triggering day. The day before has been bad. Before that, bad. It's getting worse by talking about it, but it helps to have the proof out there that this is going on. And when you link today's information, all the videos that I've made today and yesterday and the day before, you can kind of get the gist of what's happening. So let me get back to the frog. Now, I think it was a toad, but it's funny because I didn't notice it until this morning. And so if I just walk straight ahead here and walk into my dining room and I go out onto my deck, at the end of the deck, at the very end, an edge of the deck, is a toad sitting at the very edge. So somebody could have gotten a ladder and brought it up with a poop, a little poop that's sitting behind him. That's what it looks like. I went out to look at it this morning in my pajamas, and I did take a picture, but I'm not going to be able to show you. But I do have a picture here. I don't know. See, this is the problem with this. Maybe. Oh, look, there he is. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to have to go back and do the red truck video again. Anyway, so it's like it is like it's a toad, and that would be on the right side. And that's my phone. Sorry. And there's a poop or something, a piece of poop on the left side behind it. Isn't that interesting? Oh, there it is. So I can't tell if that's a real toad or what. I guess if I thought about, oh, look, it's dated, maybe. Um, well, it just says today. That sucks that it doesn't have the timestamp, the date stamp on the phone. Anyway, so there's kind of what it looks like. Now, I mean, obviously it was planted there. Okay, I mean, somebody put that there. Um, I had thought that there was hope in trying to date again, but apparently not. Um, which there's not much hope in. I mean, honestly, like the way this is going, I mean, this is a system of shutdown. If you ask me, it's really bad. But what happened was the dogs are being used by R. You know, remember I told you how crazy Joker face she was yesterday when she came across the road to be able to intimidate and bully me so that I felt threatened on my path, which was the path back to my house, to have to cross her. And, perpetrators, I've noticed some of them might just have dogs just to make things look good, to make it look legit, to go to somebody's backyard. I have this other guy who comes through the back with his dogs and just kind of loiters and then turns around. Anyway, the new neighbors have a dog, and it just so happened that when I went out to look at the frog, the toad, she must have been like waiting on her phone. And this was a child. This is a child. This is a teenager. Okay. And it was a little later than maybe school time. I think so. Or maybe. It might have been around 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. No, it would have been around 8 o'clock. I was trying to think of what time I left. But to have a child do this, okay. So she was in waiting to come out at the same time that I was. Now I was ready to come out, but I ran over to grab a sweater to put on because I was in my pajamas before I went out to go, try to figure out what the hell that was. And yeah, nobody is ever really out in the morning in the back of my area where I live. So it was just very strange that she just came out the door, like right there, same time. It was like they were watching on the phone. So, with the remote neural monitoring, for some reason, they're giving the gang stalking the ability to know your thoughts, know what kind of music you're listening to, not what kind of music you're listening to, what song you're listening to. Maybe what your reaction is, how you're going to react, what you're thinking, how you're feeling. And you can tell this by how the perps move. And I am out and about all the time in the world. Oh, excuse me. And this is really sick. This is really, really sick stuff. It is really hard to keep your composure all the time. I have to kind of sing to myself. I have to kind of be silly about it, like take it. I have to honestly be outside of myself to do this, which is really, really difficult. I'm not sure if any of you are listening to this and you know better than this behavior. I get it because I've tried to tell myself, listen, when you leave the house, you're not going to even react at all to any of this stuff. But it becomes very triggering. And when you deal with it, you are enmeshed in this 24/7. It becomes very critical. Like it's crucial to just try to keep yourself grounded. And sometimes being silly, I can't care anymore what people think. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. I am on the list to my perpetrators are expecting suicide. That's what they're looking at. And that's what they expected in the past because they were able to put me into the trafficking system and use me in more ways than one. Because remember, a person can be used more times than one. Um, and they have done some of the most sinister stuff to me, and I'm still here, but they are now trying to run me off the road. If you listen to my video I made about 7:30 this evening, it talks about the oh, let me show this. Let me show this again. It is the when I'm passing through the Stevens City, Virginia area on I-81 and I'm headed northbound. Twice now, a red truck, two different times that I've been traveling that way for work. Um, and I've been traveling. This was me traveling home, and this has happened when I'm traveling home, 81 north. Um, this red truck, and I'm not sure if it's the same red truck as the last time. I get so tired of making videos and collecting the the data and everything. It just becomes overwhelming. But when I tried to show the video, I had this blur because this camera, this is blurred, and I rewatched my last video that I made at 7:30 to see if I don't know. So look, you can kind of see the car. Today is October there. 10th. Look at this guy. Look at him. Let me see if I can. Wow. There. He was really close. That's something else. Oh, wow. He can just simply just go around. Tapping my screen so it stays. Look at that. That is road rage like you've never seen road rage. Look at that guy. Crazy. Crazy. You've never seen. Wow. Look at him. Okay. Come on. Come in and get your plate. Oh. Well, I'm trying to drive, so hold on. Let's see if I got. Oh, that's my personal stuff. Hold on. Don't do that stuff to people. This is second red truck to perform crap there, right like there. That. He's beside me. He winds down the window. He's on the right side. That. And he's got tinted windows. Behavior. So look at that. He winds down the window. Look at that guy. Crazy. Yeah, there were other cars around us watching this too, which was interesting. Look at him. Nuts. He don't want me to get his plate. Crazy. Crazy. Second time that happened on this commute. Headed 81 northbound. It's the second red truck that's done that. It might be the same one. Today is October the 10th, 2023. Wow. Danger, stranger danger. Okay. So, yeah, so I didn't realize that if I held the camera up a little bit closer, I can actually show a little bit of that. I apologize for the bad picture quality or lack thereof. Excuse me. But if you watch that, I was definitely threatened. I was definitely feeling scared in that moment, and I didn't know what to do. I thought about pulling over, like on the shoulder, but then I thought, well, this guy might actually stop, and if he's some kind of psycho from Stevens City, he might actually get out of the car. He might have a gun. He might, So I was just trying to play it pretty cool, slow down. I actually got into the left lane and put my flashers on. There were other cars around, and some of them were even backing up. But there were cars passing us while he was riding up against me. And I can't tell you how many times this happens. And he's not the only one who's done this, and it's not always on Interstate 81. But twice now in that area, a red truck has done this. I don't know if I have a previous one or not from this. Some things, like I said, some things, you guys, it comes in waves like you cannot believe. So you can't even remember everything that happens. It's that bad. And sometimes you can't even document everything that happens. And if you did, you might you might just dismiss it. You just overlook it and you say, okay, I'm moving on. And that's pretty much how you have to do. Pretty much how you have to handle any kind of gang stalking whatsoever, is to just kind of keep moving forward. And I'm documenting this for the very purpose of safety and for, you know, with the hopes that eventually we can take this stuff to court and it gets stopped. It shouldn't be happening. Um, yeah, I mean, there's got to be some sort of agreement that whatever terms it is that you come to, that this ends. We already know too much now. I mean, most TIs know too much, regardless. Um, we just have, way too much information, anyways. You can't kill us all off, at least. I mean, you can. Slow drip boil, right? The frog in the pot. That's exactly what these guys are doing. And it's turning a little bit more dangerous. And yeah, it's a little bit much. So yeah, if you kind of pay attention to these things in order and how they're happening, and watch those videos, you can kind of see, why this is not so good. Yeah, they're putting TIs in places, especially people like me, in a place where you just really don't have a chance. And that's pretty much it. So might just add some more flames to my birthday cake on Monday. And who would want to be in this world anyways? I mean, who? It ain't right. The stuff that's going on right now, it's not right. I mean, to see gossip spread like wildfire the way it has, to see smear campaigns ruin somebody's life. And I mean, there is no such thing as, neighborly love or Christians or anything like that anymore, because it's all up in smoke. I mean, it's true. Nobody's even behaving in a manner that's, listen to the neighbor outside honking his horn. They need to stop doing what they're doing. They need to stop it. Period. You can't tell the difference between who the perps are and who the TIs are, is what I'm trying to talk about with the Christian-based lies that are going around. All that stuff is just, it's like it's all just a horse and pony show. And it's pretty sad what people are doing. Yeah, and I have to take it pretty much everywhere I go. People just don't understand what's going on. That's it's dangerous, because it's going to eventually spread and hit everyone at some point. It's bad. It's really bad. So, yeah, it's just about documenting. That's all. Not that it really matters. They're not really doing anything about it anyway. So, yeah. I just, it's just sad that those kind of things can keep happening, and it's just getting worse to the point where somebody's going to do something and somebody's going to hurt somebody. And I mean, that's how evil this is. Yeah. So, Yeah, I guess that's it. I can't. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. It's so triggering and it's so painful, and it's like there's there's nothing really left. So, all right, night.